Alright guys, how are you doing today? My name is Justin Brock. I live in Tupelo, and I'm going to talk about insurance today.
Do it.
Someone sent me a video this weekend, and I watched it this morning. It was a really good video. Okay, it was by Simon Sinek. Some of you probably heard of him. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You?
Yeah, because I watched the video this weekend.
Did you? Okay. Did y'all watch the video?
No, I didn't watch the video.
Did you send it to us?
I know who that is.
Can't believe y'all. No one sends a video, you watch it. Okay?
Noted.
First of all, it was really good. It was about game theory, infinite game theory versus finite game theory. Okay? And what it talks about is in finite game theory, there's a goal, like if you're playing Tetris, that's actually infinite game theory, I guess, technically. What are the examples he uses? Baseball is a finite game. You have 9 innings. You can't get to the end of the 9-inning game and be behind and be like, all right, well, let's just play 3 more and I'll beat you. It's over. You lost. It's a finite game. There's a lot of games like that. Sports are typically finite games. An infinite game is one where there's no end in sight. So you're not playing an opponent. There's no achievable win, because when you decide who won, it would depend on what metric you were using. You could use I helped the most people, or I made the most money, or I hired the most employees, or I did whatever. There's different examples for what would be the best. Somebody says, we're the best insurance agency. Why? What have you done that's made you the best? So anyway, in business, you're playing an infinite game. In sales or life, really, you're playing an infinite game. Every individual person is playing an infinite game, and I think most people should kind of lead their life like they're their own business. They're leaving behind their own legacy. And so I wanted to talk about the three tips I have on playing the infinite game of business, or an insurance agency, or life, or whatever it is. And some of these are a little bit redundant, I think, but the first one was play to beat yourself. If your goal every day is to be better than you were the day before, I don't know how we could do it after yesterday, guys. We rocked it yesterday, okay? But we could probably do a little bit better, right? We can always do better. We can always achieve, just going that extra mile and doing better and better and better. And if you're playing that infinite game and you're always trying to beat yourself, then you have a moving target all the time, right? And when you're playing that game, you're not going to get burned out because you have an infinite will. So a lot of playing the infinite game is about developing an infinite will to where you're not running out of gas and you're saying, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of this. So it can't be about, I want $250,000. Because when you're playing in business, somebody else, if there's somebody that wants to be the best in general, just they want to help the most people, they want to do everything right, they want to be a better business than they were the day before all the time, and your goal is, I want $250,000, they're going to make it really difficult on you because they're not playing your silly little game. So they will beat you, okay? And then they is everyone that is not playing the game with a finite thought in mind. Number 2 I put is play to an infinite goal. So an infinite goal would be like beating yourself. That is an infinite goal. That's why I said it's a little bit redundant. But the infinite goal, can be something like when I say I want to help as many people as possible. That's not saying I want to help 1,000 people this year. I want to write 750 apps. So this year, like for instance, when people would ask me, what's your goal for AEP? My goal is to help as many people as possible. There's no end to that. Just as many people as we possibly can. Do our best. And then this year I'm learning we need a bigger net next year. I don't really need to advertise anymore. I need a bigger net, really, in here. maybe in the field have more different types of diversified lead flow. But you learn how to grow to help more people if you have that infinite goal of, I just want to help more people. And if your goal is to help more people, and he uses, if you haven't watched that video, he uses some specific examples about like Apple as a company versus these smaller tech companies and how they're always talking about how to beat Apple, and Apple's talking about how to help. He was at a symposium about education, and Apple's talking about how to help more teachers. So they're playing this infinite game of just being better, and these other guys are like, how to beat Apple. They're never going to beat Apple, because you can't beat Apple just thinking, I want to beat Apple, by what metric, like you were saying originally. And the last one I said is, have a why that inspires infinite will. So, again, it's redundant, but if you are doing something in life that's bigger than that finite goal, if it's bigger than, your why can't be, I want to make $100,000 a year. I want to make this year. Or I want to do this. If it's more about, I want to have a life that when I look back on it, I can be proud of what I've done. Or my children, I want to inspire my children to be better people. If you're doing that, and that is your why, it inspires an infinite will, because if that's what you're wanting to do inside, you're not going to say, I'm just tired of doing this. You're never going to be tired of inspiring your children or leaving that legacy behind, where people think of Nolan, they think Nolan really, went out and gave it his all and did the best he could and was always trying, always learning, always doing better. If that is what you're doing, and that is your goal, you're not going to get burnt out on that goal. But if your goal is, this year I want to write 500 apps, then you get to 450 and you're just like, screw it, 450 is enough. It's just a goal that doesn't inspire, that will past a certain point. So, anyway, play the infinite game. I hope that helps. And if you haven't watched the Simon Sinek video, he's extremely polished speaker and explains it very well, the differences, and it's a really good video. So you should all watch it. Thanks, guys.